Hello, students, and today we are going to begin with a new topic from our literature textbook, that is a poem, Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Let us first read the poem and enjoy the beauty of the poem, and then we are going to look at the meanings of the poem. This poem will be done in several parts. Today we are going to only read, appreciate the beauty of nature, and appreciate the beauty of the poem, and then look at the meanings. Let us begin. The Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line. Along the margin of a bay, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them dance, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, in which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. The beauty of the nature is that it is just a moment with nature that William Wordsworth, who is known as a poet of nature, enjoyed the beauty of nature. About William Wordsworth, what we know is that William Wordsworth is a poet of Renaissance. That means returning to nature, appreciating nature, enjoying nature, the sky, the wind, the birds, the trees, the flowers, turning away from the busy machinery life and turning back to nature. So William Wordsworth is a poet of, or was known as a poet of nature, and he is still read and valued because of his poem that is about nature and what role nature plays on human beings. In front of us we can see the picture, the image of daffodils. Daffodils, it's a name of a flower. You can see that in the center it is slightly bell-like orange in color, and on the sides it has got petals, which is yellow in color. The daffodils are very tiny flowers that grow on just like with the grass, slightly high. And the picture, the image that the poet is depicting is that as he was walking across, he came across a host of lots, that is many daffodils. Where were these daffodils? Beneath the trees, just next to the trees, there were quite a number of daffodils that gave him such a lot of pleasure that the poet stood and he enjoyed the beauty of nature. And it was that moment that the poet enjoyed. It gave him such a lot of happiness. The poet was worried about his personal life and he was upset, and when he went walking and he saw the daffodils made him forget all the worries of life, and the daffodils gave the poet such a joy that he wanted to preserve that moment in his life. And whenever he was at home, lying down on his sofa and thinking of the daffodils gave him immense pleasure and make him enjoy and dance with happiness. And he wanted to enjoy that moment when the daffodils were swaying with the winds, and they were outdoing the dances of the wind, and the daffodils were looking beautiful. That in the same manner the poet wanted to enjoy, and he enjoyed that moment at home, recollecting the image of the daffodils. Now let us see it line by line. I wandered lonely as a cloud. That means the poet was walking around lonely, not knowing what to do, how to solve his problems, and he has compared himself to a cloud. Over here, the comparison, when we have the word so, as, and like, it is a simile. So over here, as a cloud is a simile. And to what is he comparing himself? To a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. The cloud that floats over high vales and hills. Now, why was he comparing himself? Because he was worried, and he was worried about his life, the troubles. He was looking for solutions. He was trying to be above the troubles that were giving him. So the troubles can be considered as hills, and he could be considered as a cloud wandering lonely just over the vales and hills. It's a lovely picture that he has depicted for us to understand. When all at once, that means all of a sudden, I saw a crowd. Who was crowding space? The daffodils. A host means a group of golden daffodils. The yellow color, he's mentioned it as golden daffodils. Beside the lake, now he's describing exactly where did he find them. Beside the lake, that means there was a lake nearby. Beneath the trees, that means it was just under the tree, near the roots, fluttering and dancing. That is how he's described. Because with the wind and with the breeze, the flowers appear to be swaying, moving to and fro. So it appeared to be dancing. Continuous as the stars that shine. Now, another comparison has been made here. On the comparison, when we have so, as in like, we call it simile. So now he is comparing it to the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, and he is describing how the birds twinkle on the Milky Way. The flowers twinkle on the Milky Way. Sorry, they stretched in never-ending line. That means the flowers spread right across, far and wide, as if the flowers will never end. They were just like the stars in the Milky Way. Milky Way is in the sky, far away, where there are many stars. All the stars together, they are known as Milky Way. So all the flowers together, they appear to be as if it was the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line. That means till the distance his eyes could see, he could see only daffodils. Along the margin of a bay, that means around the river that was extending and the land that was protruding into the water, along that margin he could see only daffodils. 10,000 saw I at a glance. That means at a glance, at one sight he could see as many as 10,000 daffodils, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. That means the daffodils appeared to be dancing happily. The waves beside them danced. That means the waves were also dancing, but the daffodils were dancing so beautifully and so happily, and they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. That means out of happiness, the flowers outdid the dance. That means they defeated the waves with their dance. A poet could not but be gay. That means a poet can only be happy to see such a lovely company, with such a lovely friends around. I gazed and gazed. That means the poet looked and looked, but little thought what wealth to show to me had brought. That means it had given me such a lot of wealth. It had given the poet such a lot of wealth. What was that wealth? The wealth of happiness. For often on my couch I lie. Couch is the sofa. At home, when he was lying down, In vacant, vacant means empty, or in pensive mood. Pensive means thoughtful mood, when he had nothing to think or when he was thoughtful. He thought of the flash of the inward eye. Inward eye means in his mind he thought of the picture of the daffodils, which is a bliss. Bliss means blessing of solitude. Solitude means in loneliness it's a blessing. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and then his heart was happy, and he started being as happy as the daffodils. He forgot all his worries and he forgot all his troubles. Now let us look at the meanings. Wander. Wander is a verb. I wandered lonely as a cloud. To walk slowly around or to place, often without any particular sense of purpose or direction. That means if someone goes out and doesn't know where to go, doesn't have a destination, the person will be walking lonely here and there. That walking lonely here and there is known as wandering. Float. Float again is a verb, to move slowly on water or in the air. Vale over here is a valley. Fluttering, again it's a noun, it's used as a noun rather. A quick light movement. Let us see if it is used as a noun. Fluttering and dancing, it is used as a gerund. That means it appears to be a noun, but it has got the force of a verb. A gerund. A quick light movement. Toss is a verb, to move one's head this way or that. Sprightingly, it's an adjective, full of life and energy. Outdo is to surpass, that means to defeat someone. Glee is a feeling of happiness. Gay, it is happy and full of fun. Jocund is a cheerful mood. Gaze is to look steadily at something for a long time. Pensive means to think deeply about something, especially because you are sad or worried. Bliss means extreme happiness. Solitude means the state of being alone, especially when you find this pleasant. We will continue this poem in several parts. In this part, the students are expected to know the poem, enjoy the beauty of the poem, look at the rhyme scheme, look at the meanings, and then record the meanings. The students are expected to express it in their own words, but we will be doing the stanza that is paraphrase, and we will be doing the summary and the question answers, but in the next part. Those students who are new on my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you receive the notification of the next video when I upload about this poem. And then students are also expected to hit like, so that this video gets added up in their like playlist, and they can refer it near test and examinations. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.